All right, I want to welcome everyone to a new episode of On Cloud 9, which is a series where Sierra-Cedar clients answer 9 questions related to their move to the cloud. I'm Garth Carter. I'm a vice president and member of our higher education leadership team at Sierra-Cedar. And our On Cloud 9 series is intended to really share client stories, what their lessons learned was from the experience, key decision points, and what drove them to move applications to the cloud. And today it's my pleasure to introduce Brian Bergeron, who is with the College of the Holy Cross, which is a private Jesuit liberal arts college in Worcester, Massachusetts. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Brian, but welcome to On Cloud 9.
Close, yes. Worcester, Mass.
Worcester. All right, I'll get it right someday. I'm a Chicagoan, so bear with me. We're seeing a number of our long-standing clients that have been using on-premise legacy PeopleSoft applications, whether it's for campus solutions, financials, or HCM, moving those workloads to the cloud. And about 7 years ago, we formed a relationship with AWS after evaluating all of the major cloud players. And we have seen a number of our higher education customers, including Holy Cross and others like Arizona State, Kansas State, the University of Pittsburgh, Embry-Riddle, Cornell, and City Colleges of Chicago, just to name a few, that have moved those workloads to AWS Cloud. So, Brian, if you don't mind, I'll jump in and start with some of my questions.
Sure.
All right. Tell me a little bit about Holy Cross.
College of the Holy Cross was founded way back in 1843 by the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits. Worcester, Mass is central located in Massachusetts. Holy Cross, it's a 4-year undergrad liberal arts institution. It's actually ranked one among nation's leading 4-year liberal arts college. We have roughly 3,100 full-time enrolled students. So we've been around for a few years.
A little bit of history.
Yeah.
So tell me about the decision to move your legacy PeopleSoft applications to the AWS Cloud and what really drove that decision for you guys at Holy Cross.
Well, it takes a lot of resources to support. We have the 3 pillars. We have the student, HCM, and finance. So to support those servers, the application servers, web servers, you got to support people tools. You got to install pumps, patches, CPUs. We have to refresh the environments, in our case, quite frequently. And it takes a lot of resources. It takes a network person, it takes a system person, it takes development. And then you have the servers too that you need to upgrade frequently. So time, money, those are a lot of resources that we were trying to eliminate here at Holy Cross.
Got it. And if I recall, you had some transitions where you had some retirements, you had some people who may have left your IT team, and I think all of those events kind of culminated in, hey, maybe now is the right time to think about this, as I recall.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we look at like Sierra-Cedar, it's an extension to our IT family. So it's nice that we can reach out because we don't have those resources. And like you say, when people retired or just moved on, we found it very difficult to backfill those positions, where today we call Sierra-Cedar for help.
That's a trend we see across the country as organizations experience that retirement, and it's tough to find COBOL programmers these days.
Yeah, there's not many.
Right, I recall one of the objectives in moving to AWS was to ensure that the College of the Holy Cross had hardware capacity to scale and meet those peak demands. You mentioned running the Oracle Campus Solutions solution, and obviously one of those peak demands is when student registration hits. And tell me what your experience has been as you scale up, scale down, and what the capabilities are as you work with AWS now.
Yeah, now that we're in AWS, that's actually a really good cost saving on its own. When we were hosting the PeopleSoft on campus, when you build those servers, you have to build them to the max capacity that you'll ever hit. So we had 700 to 800 students enrolling all at one time. We have enrollment at 7 a.m. And so now we don't need to build the environments for that full load. So it's almost like throwing money away the rest of the year, because today we have enrollment a couple times a year. So we just send a ticket in to Sierra-Cedar and we ask them to ramp up or ramp down the servers. So those servers, we can double, triple size that environment easily overnight.
Yeah.
But we only need it at that scale for that short period of time.
Yeah.
Really
Brian, were there ever occasions in the past where your student, well, based upon capacity and any student experiences that have been improved as a result of that?
Yeah. So before we went to AWS and had Sierra-Cedar managing our services, it would take a student up to 60 seconds, a minute, to enroll in one or more classes. With the help with Sierra-Cedar and a load tester and ourselves, we were able to get that time down to 3 seconds for enrollment.
Awesome.
That is huge, huge. You know?
Your 18 to 22, 23-year-old student population isn't that patient, I find. I have a daughter attending college right now, and 60 seconds would be a lifetime.
Oh yeah, they break
college.
out and start another session because they think it's not working.
Exactly.
3 seconds now before they could even think of doing that, it's all done. It is amazing.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about why you decided to have Sierra-Cedar provide the PeopleSoft managed services support as comparing to hiring your own resources.
Yeah, well, we've worked with Sierra-Cedar for over 20 years. We've had functional support, technical support. We've even had you guys, Sierra-Cedar, coming in doing the training. So, you know, trust isn't just given, it's earned. And that's what Sierra-Cedar did. It earned our trust. So going forward, like I said before, now Sierra-Cedar is just an extension to our IT staff. We work really closely today with you guys all the time. So,
and we appreciate that long-standing partnership and your loyalty to our organization. All right, Brian, I'm going to shift gears and ask you a few fun questions. If you could choose a song that best describes your journey migrating your PeopleSoft applications to the AWS Cloud, what would it be?
I came up with a couple.
All right.
One was "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, and that's because we've been talking about the cloud for so many years, and now we're finally here.
Yeah.
The other one was "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't that hard, the move to AWS with Sierra-Cedar, so I chose the first one.
I appreciate that. Next question. Boston's a big hockey town. A lot of good college teams there. And you've got the Bruins there. I know you're a hockey fan. Who's your all-time favorite hockey player, Brian?
You know, you may think it's going to be Patrice Bergeron because my last name is Bergeron, but it's Bob Orr. I mean, he is the best, so Bob Orr is my choice.
A great choice. Good old number 4.
Yeah.
All right. If you could go back in time, give yourself and your project team at Holy Cross some advice during a project kickoff as you started the migration to AWS, what's the lesson learned? What would you share with others?
Yeah, I actually use some of this too. It's more like a pep talk. You know, it's like the move to AWS. It's a team effort. You know, so it was College of the Holy Cross and it's Sierra-Cedar. So we needed to make sure things were transparent. You know, whatever we came into issues, we needed to bring them forward and to work with Sierra-Cedar because we may not always have the answer, but Sierra-Cedar may have the answer. So it's like, don't get frustrated when we come across issues. Let's work together on these issues and move forward.
Yeah.
So,
and as I stated earlier, there's a number of different higher education customers we support. And what you experienced at Holy Cross is probably not different than what some of our other clients experience. So we're able to leverage that past expertise. Appreciate that. All right. Final question. Any tangible benefits Holy Cross has gained from moving to the AWS Cloud and or Sierra-Cedar managed services?
Yeah, just like I said earlier, like gaining that time back, meaning we don't need to focus on pumps, patches, uh, tools upgrades. We're going into a tools upgrade in October. We just put in a ticket and say, we need to move forward with a new tools upgrade. Those servers get built, the applications are installed. We just come in and do the testing, maybe reply some customizations and things like that. Other things are FAFSA this year has been a nightmare for every institution in the country.
So true.
So there was tons of patches coming out, PRPs coming out. So the support group was great. We would put in a ticket and talk about the patches that are coming out. We'd have the documentation prepared for us of what the changes were. And then the support group would have those patches installed into a non-prod environment the next day, or maybe a couple of days, depending on the schedules. But we never felt alone. We just had an issue, a COBOL issue with one of the patches. Sierra-Cedar opened up a ticket with my Oracle support. They gave a workaround. It was to modify a COBOL in a script. Before I could tell Sierra-Cedar, I'll take care of the COBOL, they were already working on it. That COBOL was done and in place for us within just a couple hours. That fix was in production the next day. That was huge. And we're a small ERP group. We just have 3 developers supporting all three pillars. So like I say, we really do rely on the assistance from Sierra-Cedar.
Well, I appreciate that, Brian. Yeah, it's a core competency for us. And obviously you've got a support team in place that is dedicated to supporting, yourselves and other customers. And it's kind of like hitting that simple button. They're able to, boom, while you're sleeping, some of our team in India can be working on that issue and resolving the problem so that when you walk in the door the next day, it's done.
Yeah,
Brian,
I was just going to say we do our development, but Sierra-Cedar does all the migrations for us to production. Like you were just saying, you wake up the next morning and it's in place for you. So yeah, it's a nice thing.
Brian, I greatly appreciate you joining me today. I appreciate your partnership, and we've become good friends while working together, which is a wonderful scenario in the business world these days. So again, I appreciate you joining me on Cloud9.
Thank you.